Hello! In this video, we'll talk about the insurance requirement for entry to the Philippines. What exactly is this insurance that they want? Who needs to get it? Where to get it? And do you really need to purchase one? It depends. Let's start with the insurance requirement. What is it really? According to the IATF resolution, travelers must obtain prior to arrival a travel insurance for COVID-19 treatment cost from reputed insurers with a minimum coverage of $35,000 for the duration of their stay in the Philippines. So you have to get it before you arrive. Before you check into your flight, you must have it to present upon check-in and upon arrival. And it has to have COVID-19 coverage of at least $35,000. Some people are getting confused. Do we have to have $35,000? No, you do not po. It's basically if you have this insurance with COVID coverage, if you get COVID, if you get sick for COVID in the Philippines, your insurer will spend up to $35,000 on your COVID-19 treatment expenses. That's all. It's basically financial protection. Now, who is required for this travel insurance with COVID coverage? Foreign tourists entering visa-free, for example, an American tourist, Canadian tourist entering the Philippines visa-free. Next up is 9A visa holders, children who fall under the category of foreign tourists or 9A visa holders will also have to comply with the travel insurance requirement. Now, who is exempted? This is the interesting part. Filipino citizens, including dual Filipino citizens, Filipinos who are permanent residents abroad, like green card holders, they don't need travel insurance. Same with balikbayans, former Filipinos and their spouse and children who are traveling with them. They also don't need travel insurance. And this is a new addition to the list that was just recently clarified by BI. Foreign spouse and children of Filipinos, even if they are traveling without the Filipino parent or wife, they are still exempted. But they must show proof, which we'll talk about later. And last people who are exempted, they don't need to show travel insurance are foreigners holding a visa except 9A visa. So for example, 9F, 9G, SRRV, SIRV, no, all types of visa except 9A are exempted. No need to show travel insurance. This was clarified today by the Bureau of Immigration. Imagine guys, at 10:38 a.m. they told me, only if under balikbayan visa, you are exempted from travel insurance. Then 10 minutes later, they said, apologies, per latest travel guidelines, return ticket and insurance may be waived upon presentation of apostilled or PSA-issued marriage certificate. So for foreign spouse and children of Filipinos, just show marriage certificate or birth certificate for you to be exempted from having insurance and return ticket if you are traveling alone without the Filipino principal. Now, where to get the insurance? First up, do you have an existing insurance? Let's say a health insurance, a house insurance, a credit card. You know, some of these things already include health insurance or travel insurance. So ask your insurer whether they have international travel and whether they have COVID-19 coverage. If they say yes, then ask them to issue a letter or a statement or certificate for you. It should be written there that, for example, Maria Smith is covered by ABC Insurance, which includes COVID coverage of at least $35,000 or $250,000. It should be $35,000 or more. Yes, if you have an existing health insurance, contact your insurer. Perhaps they have international travel. And then they also have COVID. Then you won't need to buy a new insurance. That's another thing. So that's what Josephine and her husband will be doing. So the husband, they are both American citizens. They will be using their insurance from United Healthcare from work, and they were issued a letter from their insurer stating that this is to verify that the individuals listed above are currently covered Reference self-funded group health plan. The plan includes medical services for treatment of COVID-19. It has a minimum of $35,000 in coverage. So you have that letter, then you don't need to buy a new insurance. The existing insurance will do. Well, if that existing insurance does not apply to you, when you might have to purchase a new insurance. That would be depending, you can buy it online or through a travel agency. Well, some airlines also sell travel insurance like PAL. You can check it out. So when purchasing, the cost always depends on the duration, on your age, on the policy, on the trip cost, if you're availing cancellation coverage. So for the duration, guys, Jennifer, how long must the insurance be? So for foreign tourists availing visa-free entry, you can just get an insurance of 30 days. 30 days insurance for foreign tourists entering visa-free. American, Canadians, just get a 30 days insurance. If you're staying less than 30 days, then only get that time for your stay. Let's say you're only staying 2 weeks, then just get an insurance for 2 weeks. But for those who are planning to stay 30 days or more, 30 days insurance is enough. The insurance is only for entry, but once you extend your visa or apply for a visa in the Philippines, it will not be asked. And upon departure, when you leave the Philippines, insurance will not be asked. This is simply just for entry. While for those holding a 9A visa, the duration of your insurance would depend on the validity of your visa. If you have a 3 months visa, then a 3 months insurance. What are the popular insurance companies that people avail of? We have Trawick International, Seven Corners, Travelex, World Nomads, Alliance, JU Blue, Safety Wing, AXA. So I've always recommended Safety Wing. I have a link with them if you guys want to check it out. Hundreds of people used them and they were successful entry. They have a COVID coverage of $250,000. Once you purchase this insurance, your certification of coverage, this letter, will be issued within 3 to 4 hours after purchase. And this is the certificate that you will present, that you will need. So it's best that you print that certificate or statement from the insurer. And what I like about Safety Wing is that they have explicitly mentioned COVID. COVID-19 covered, same as any other illnesses to the above mentioned medical maximum. So when you arrive, guys, the most important thing is that the letter from the insurer should mention COVID-19 and how much they cover. That is the only thing they will check. I know Trawick International also have that certificate with COVID-19 mentioned in it. That would be a good option. There are many websites where you can buy or shop around the insurance. There's squaremouth.com, travelinsurance.com, insuremytrip.com, insubuy.com, visitorscoverage.com. Let me actually show you. Now let's go to squaremouth.com to compare different insurance companies. No, I know that they are cheap, affordable. So let's start with leaving home. That would be your date of departure. Next up is returning home. Let's go with May 30. So that's total of 30 days stay. Main destination is Philippines. Continue. Country of residence, state of residence, citizenship, number of travelers. If you're family, you can add it there. But as for myself, I'm a solo traveler. I'll put in solo. Travelers' ages, since many of you guys are in this age group, 50, I'll put 50. Traveler ages. Next up is cancellation coverage. So this is optional. If you want this coverage po, let's say your trip is canceled for a covered reason, then there can be a reimbursement. But in my case, I haven't really made bookings with hotels or resorts. I just have my airline ticket. I'll be staying with the family. If you don't have big expenses naman, it's your choice. But as for me, I think it's just easier to just say no. Anyways, if your flight is canceled by the airline, you will always get a refund naman. if the airline canceled your trip. While there are airlines that allow you to cancel voluntarily and you can still get your money back, there may be fees. First deposit date, I'll just put in the date in which I bought my airline ticket. Okay, this was paid in full. Alright, here we have a comparisons. This is for a traveler who is 50 years old for 30 days duration. Oh, we have $169, $57, $40. Okay, that's the cheapest we have here so far. We should add coronavirus here. Coronavirus pandemic. Okay, $169.57. All right. $40. This is still the cheap. Oh my goodness. $20. This is the cheapest. $25 with 7 corners. 17. Oh my goodness. Thin leg luxury. Okay, that includes COVID-19 medical coverage. There's Trawick. I've heard this is popular among travelers. For AXA as well is very popular. $21 with thin leg. They're cheapest so far. Yeah, thin leg is the cheapest. And Berkshire, it's $17. Let's see, how much is the coverage? Let's compare. This is not good enough because as far as I can see here, they only cover $25,000. We need at least $35,000. So forget about this. No. The next cheapest, let's wait. Trawick. Okay, Trawick. I'm confident on this one. Let's see. Ah, perfect. Emergency medical, $75,000 per person. All good. Yan. Okay, this one is good enough. Trawick International. For $23 for a 50 years old traveler with a coverage duration of 30 days. This is good enough. Yes, Squaremount really is awesome. They have one of the cheapest. Let's keep going. How about somebody who is older? Let's go with 75 years old. Okay, the cancellation coverage is still not covered. Let's continue. Oh my goodness. 379, 191, 76, 69. Okay, 55 by 7 corners. They're also very popular. They're 66 by thin leg. I'll check this 7 corners. Okay, emergency medical is $100,000 per person. Okay. Does that include COVID? Yes. COVID-19 medical covered. All good. This would be a great choice. 7 corners for $55 for 75 years old traveler with a duration of 30 days policy. This is perfect. So that's Squaremount. Let's go with visitors coverage. Get quotes. Philippines is our destination. Traveler is 50 years old. Citizenship, let's say United States. Country of residence, United States. Continue. Let's say still 1 month of duration. Get quotes. As I mentioned earlier, if you're a foreign tourist who plans to stay more than 30 days, you can simply get an insurance for 30 days, guys. Let's go. Visitors coverage, $49. Let's make sure that it includes COVID-19. Okay, let's see. $49. Which one is the cheapest? Oh, not many options available, but $49 for a 50-year-old traveler for 30 days, not bad. Most important thing is that it has COVID coverage of at least $35,000, and that certificate that they will issue to you, it should mention COVID-19. If it doesn't, you can get the full detailed policy on the websites, or you can request it from the insurer. And that's what we're going to show upon arrival. COVID-19 and the amount of coverage, that's the golden words that the airlines, and upon arrival, that's what they're going to check, guys. They don't care about trip or cancellation, nada. It's all about the COVID coverage. So that is about the travel insurance requirement to the Philippines. I hope I have made it clear. Stay blessed and safe. Bye.